Meanwhile, a bill that's gaining traction in the Missouri legislature would limit Missouri elementary students' daily screen time to 45 minutes. Something will follow for you. Also, Missouri's Attorney General says that she is asking the federal government to help investigate illegal slot machines all across the Show Me State. Your news is a service of Liberty Tree Guns. Need some extra cash? Liberty Tree Guns is buying guns and gun collections, and they're paying top dollar. Get a cash offer on your guns today, libertytreeguns.com. When you see news, call or text our tip line at 417-782-1310. For News Talk KZRG, I'm Ty Albright on KIX 102.5.
It's going to be sunny today, highs into the upper 50s, and then tonight lows down around 29, mid-50s for the high on Saturday. Supposed to be back into the mid-60s on Sunday, and then believe it or not, Monday is supposed to see a high of 72. Crazy. KIX 102.5. Storm tracker radar isn't showing anything over the 4 states. It is 37 in Diamond, 39 in Pittsburgh, and 40 in Joplin. To sign up for severe weather alerts, download the Zimmer Storm Center app. It's time now for the KIX Kids Pledge. Today we're featuring Grove, Oklahoma Heritage Preschool Class. And if you'd like your kids to be on the KIX Kids Pledge, just go to the KIX website, the Morning KIX page there. There's a button on there you can hit that'll tell you how to upload your audio. We have $1,152.50 up for grabs at the Great Plains Federal Credit Union Secret Sound in just 18 minutes. Here's Justin Moore on KIX 102.5. Morning, everybody. How is everyone? Okay, I have got one more prep thing I have to do to get things together. Pants on, Megan. That's right, Jimmy. Turnabout is fair play. You know what they say, guys, and these are words I've always lived by. You can take the man out of the pancreas, but you cannot take the pancreas out of the man. You ever try to drink out of your closable coffee mug without the lid open? I can't get anything out of it. Where's everyone? Somebody is not waking up today, and I want to know why. And I think somebody has moved our Camara. Yes? Oh, my goodness. So, finally, weekend here. And it is supposed to be such a nice weekend. I wish we could get the 70s temperatures here a little bit sooner. It'd be nice to be able to enjoy those, like, say, on Saturday or Sunday. But, hey, we'll take them whenever. Beggars can't be choosers, which I've never understood that saying either. If you come up to a beggar and you said you can have either one of these, wouldn't that... They would then be choosers, right? Beggars can be choosers. All right, hold on. I've got to listen to this. This is the drum. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Okay, we have a plan. Did anybody watch any of the Olympic stuff yesterday? I didn't. I'm just wondering if anybody's seen anything from Milan yet. Is it worth watching? We're going to be talking later in this hour about some of the new sporting events that they have at this year's Olympics. There are some brand new competitions that are going to be at the Olympics for the first time. And no, it's not snowball fights, although it should be. There is one brand new event that they've never had before. And then there are some variations on on pre-existing ones that they're doing this year. And we'll talk about all that at 7:35. Where is everybody? I'm going to clean my car. I think that's like a necessary thing. Need to get the salt off of it. It's just, I mean, salt is a caustic corrosive, so when it's on metal of any kind, it's just gradually eating into it. So, yeah, Daniel said pants off. Nah. Oh, look what I have. Look what Candy Jam brought me, guys. But you know what? I'm not going to eat them. I am not going to eat them because it's not on my diet. So I'm not going to eat them. I mean, I'm taking this one out to look at it closely. Oh, look at this. Look at this, guys. It's not. Now, this is not fair, okay? I'm trying really hard to be a good boy. And look, when I open that, what has happened here? What's going on? It's like already opened. Does that mean that I'm at risk? I mean, there's no safety seal. Look at that. How am I supposed to maintain integrity when, I mean, it's like falling out of the package? That I didn't do anything. It just fell right out into my hand. Good gosh. Sarara is driving your car also, Jimmy? Jimmy's cleaning. She's cleaning her car also. Okay, I fragmented sentence. I read, I'm cleaning, and then I saw Sarah said she was driving, and Jimmy said, my car also. Chocolate cup, but not the peanut butter. Why? Megan said I can have the chocolate cup, but not the peanut. Why can't I have the peanut butter? Isn't peanut butter better for you than chocolate? I'm confused by that. So I can have the chocolate cup, not the peanut butter, which, thank goodness, right? Could you imagine if I could have the peanut butter but not the chocolate cup? I'd have to get a straw. Sarara says, I better eat it before it goes nad. Yeah, you do not want your food to go nad. Once it's gone nad, it'll always be bad. Do not let your food go nad. Go nad? Don't. I did not, Megan. I did not. I didn't really eat it so much as I let it set in my mouth a while. I don't know what happened to it after that. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 7:09. It's going to be sunny today. Highs are going to be around 60, lows down around 30, and it is already 40 in Joplin. We'll give you a look at the weather forecast in about 15 minutes. But who wants to win some cash? Not just some cash. I mean, we're talking a lot of cash. $1,152.50 up for grabs if you can be caller number 5 at 7:20 and tell us what the secret sound is. Here's Jason Aldean on KIX 102.5. If I had a nickel for every time I've used that as an excuse, I just let it set in my mouth a while. You ate the peanut butter last time. Did I? Did it go nad? Dang it, Sarara. You go nad. Wait, can we quit saying go nad? Okay. I'm wanting to make sure that the integrity of the cup has been maintained under the packaging because I've noticed something, okay? And I know you're thinking, oh, here he goes. No, hear me out on this. That the chocolate has been sticking to the paper. And I'm wanting to make sure, that's not safe. That's not safe. Yep. See what I'm talking about? Right there. Right there. Well, you can't see. Right there. See it? It's like trying to turn stuff when you're looking in the mirror. It's backward. Right there. You see it? See it? And look what that's done to the peanut butter cup. That's not right. Yeah, I'm setting it down. Just looking off my fingers because I don't want to get it on the equipment. It might make the lights not work. Oh, boy. Anybody got big plans for the weekend? I was invited to be a part of a trivia night tomorrow night at the public library, to which I immediately said, no, thank you. But I have some friends who they are part of a trivia team, which sounds more like a court-mandated punishment than something you do for leisure and activity. Anyway, they are competing in this tournament thing, and they invited me to come be a part of the team. And I was like, yeah, I don't think I'd be good for your team. I make up answers. But Sue's Booze, what? Me and what peanut butter cup? I'm not holding a peanut butter cup. Did you not see it jump out of the package at me? Literally, it came at me. Sue's Booze. I had to put up my hand, to stop it. Oh, there's some more. But remember how last week they were melted? Look at this. See there? See, it started to melt. You can see on the top. You can see how it started to melt. I wonder if with one this consistency, if it like has a different bite texture than the ones last week did, the melted ones. I mean, which is better, melted or not melted? I mean, how are you going to know unless you compare? And how are you going to compare unless you've consumed? It said evening. I don't think it did. I would have heard it. It's just me in here. Jimmy said, I always thought that meant they were old when they stick. No, they're talking about people like you when they said that, Jimmy. The thing about peanut butter cups that you can tell if they're old or not is when the peanut butter gets stale. It's like the peanut butter really, really Morning, Floyd. It's like the peanut butter really gets stale easily. Chocolate, who knows how long chocolate can last, but peanut butter, I am not going to eat it, Megan. Stop bossing me around. Don't make me. You chose not to hear it. Yeah, I have selective hearing. My wife has said that for years. Megan, hear me out. You will make the chocolate go nad. I am not making chocolate gonads. That sounds like a sick, twisted Easter candy. Mom, are we going to make chocolate go? No, Billy, stop asking. Morning, Rudy. Does anybody have big plans for the weekend besides the... what happened here? Wait a minute. Okay, I just looked down and it was upside down. So I had the package sitting there and I had the Reese's sitting on the packages, for like German hygiene's sake. I didn't want it on the countertop where everybody's rested their sweaty arms. I looked down and it has moved like 5 or 6 inches over and it's upside down now. How did that happen? It is trying to escape, I think. There's a little bit more. You know what would hinder its escape? If we tied it up. Sue's Booze gets to drive to KC today for medical appointments. Yay. I guess. I mean, you're in KC. Are you going to at least make something out of the trip while you're there, or are the medical appointments going to monopolize all your time? For some reason, our radar says we have a cold weather advisory. That is from January 31st. Why is that still up there? Stupid. I would at least, if I was going to Kansas City, I would try to get some shopping in or go see something or do something while you were there. If you are it, that would prevent... If I am it, Suze, I am it. If you don't believe me, ask my mama. She will tell you I'm it. I'm all that and a bag of Reese's peanut butter cups, too. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Got your chance to guess and win the secret sound right after Dirks Bentley. It's the 4 states number 1 for country, KIX 102.5. You ate it, Suze Booze. Okay, I want to look at something just entirely for educational and research purposes. Look at the shape, how different it is. Okay, you see here. Now look what happens when I turn it this way. Wait a minute. Look at that. Can you see the difference in the shape? You can't, can you? Okay, here. You can see it here. Notice how it is not perfectly round. I think there is something that they are changing at the Reese's factory where they make these things. I think they are changing the molds, the things that they use to make these, where they put the chocolate first and then they put the peanut butter in, then they put the cap. I assume that's how they make them, which leads me to also wonder, what else are they changing? Are they changing ingredients or flavors? Is there jelly inside this thing now? We don't know, do we? I mean, I tell you what we could do to make sure we could crack it open and check. Let's do that, shall we? Hold on. No jelly. But who's to say that's not Alpo? I mean, it looks kind of like dog food in there, doesn't it? It could be Alpo. I've got one piece here. I'll just get out of the way. Here. By the way, not stale. Not stale. That could be Alpo. Morning, Greg. Wait a minute. Who's racist? Are the peanut butter cups racist? Appointment noon. I don't need shop. Morning, Christy. Morning, Bryson. Morning, Jimmy. Morning, Megan. Breakfast of champions. That's right. Honey. Honey's good for you, right? There's honey in this. It does not look like green bean casserole, Jimmy. Maybe it looks like your green bean casserole, which ironically also looks like dog food. That does, though. If you look, that could be dog food in there. We don't know. I know now. I mean, I tried the other piece. At least that side was not dog food. But what if they had dog food in this side, and to mislead you, they put, because I noticed I broke off the side that had the chocolate missing. So unconsciously, I could have broken that off and eaten it. It could have given me a proclivity for that side unconsciously, because I would automatically grab that side that was missing the piece of chocolate with my right hand, being right-handed, as some 78% of the population are. I would have then proceeded to put that piece in my mouth and examine this piece that would have had the dog food in it. It's possible. Could have happened that way. Candace is here? What? Hey, listen, you and Greg are going to behave while you're in here together, all right? I don't want to have to put my foot down because I'd have to stand up. But I will not tolerate any untoward activity. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 719. It's going to be sunny today. Highs are going to be around 60 and supposed to get up into the lower 70s, unbelievably, by Monday. And we'll give you a look at the weekend's forecast in just 5 minutes. But right now, what do you say we give away some cash with the Great Plains Federal Credit Union Secret Sound? We have $1,152.50, and we would love to give it to you if you can tell us, what is this sound? What is that? If you can be caller number 5 at 623-1025 and tell us what it is, you're going to win that cash, $1,152.50 from the 4 states number 1 for cash. Wait. There's chocolate crumbles on the console, which is really gross. But, I got to keep it clean. Hi there, Morning KIX, caller number 1. Hi, Morning KIX, you're caller number 2. Hi there, Morning KIX, you are caller number 3. Hi, Morning KIX, you're caller number 4. Hi there, Morning KIX, who is this?
Marty.
Marty, where are you from?
Mapleton.
You're from Mapleton?
Yeah.
Where is Mapleton?
It's north and west of Fort Scott, about 25 miles.
Oh, my goodness. You're up there a little ways, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, let's get this going. Marty from Mapleton, you are caller number 5. All right, Marty, we have $1,152.50 for you. If you can tell me, what is this sound?
I think it's walking through the snow in the backyard and going through the gate.
He says walking through the yard in the snow and going through the gate for $1,152.50. Marty, that is not it. But we're going to put another $25 in the jackpot, Marty, making it $1,177.50. And we'll give you another chance to guess and win Monday morning at 7:20.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Marty. Have a great day.
You too.
He doesn't sound like he's going to have a great day. I mean, based on the emotion or lack thereof that I hear in his voice, I would say that his chances at a great day have pretty much gone by the wayside. Entirely speculative on my part, but hey, that's what I do. Mayton? Where did he say it was? North of Fort Scott. You can't convince me that we're broadcasting, even with our big stick, that we're getting all the way up there. Are we? How's that possible? All right, here we go. I have another question about the peanut butter cup. I know you can't believe that, but I do when we get done with the break.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRS.
She said you don't have to be afraid of the IRS any longer, and I'm like, you do if they have knives.
575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for cash. Looking for caller number 5 to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union secret sound. Marty from Mapleton, you are caller number 5.
All right.
All right, Marty, we have $1,152.50 for you. If you can tell me, what is this sound?
I think it's walking through the snow in the backyard and going through the gate.
He says walking through the yard in the snow and going through the gate for $1,152.50. Marty, that is not it.
All right.
But we're going to put another $25 in the jackpot, Marty, making it $1,177.50. And we'll give you another chance to guess and win Monday morning at 7:20.
All right, thank you.
I thought the bed was going to end. Hi there, Morning Kicks. Hi, Morning Kicks.
Hello, this is Bill.
Hey, Bill, what's going on?
Not a lot.
What can I do for you?
I was trying to call in to be the call 5.
Oh, somebody beat you to it, man. But here's the good news. They got it wrong, so your next chance will be Monday morning at 7:20.
All right.
Good luck. Hi there, Morning Kicks. Hello.
Morning.
Good morning. What can I do for you?
I don't know. What can you do?
Not much, Christine. There's not much anyone can do for you. I think most hope is gone by at this point. Hey,
Oh, wow.
I'm Jules is there. Hey, I've got a couple of things I'm trying today with the peanut butter cup, and I need some help. So this thing crawled out of the package at me earlier, and so to disable it a little bit, I ate a little bit off the side of it, thinking if it's wounded, it's less likely to be able to, cause any kind of bodily harm to me. But we were talking about the possibility of the peanut butter inside being stale or, heaven forbid, not being peanut butter at all. So I was worried about that, and I had to make sure, so I ate another little piece off of the other side. Now I want to try something with the Sharpie. I'm going to write a message on the peanut butter.
I really highly don't recommend that.
Well, wait a minute.
You should just dump the whole thing in your mouth at once and be done with it.
Christine, there's no control in that. That's exactly the kind of behavior I would expect from you. Okay, see if you can read this.
I can't see what you're doing.
There, you can see it. I just put it on the video right there. You can look at it later. I'm wondering, if I send a message to my stomach, do you think it'll get it?
No.
Only one way to find out. Do what? There we go.
Did you write on it with the Sharpie?
Yeah!
And now you're eating it.
It's not like I'm going to be able to Morse code. You know?
Oh my gosh. Randy, if you're sick and Jen's not there,
Oh.
that means I'm going to have to come in and figure out how to control everything. And, what are we going to do?
Good gosh, that would be disastrous. I don't know, but I'm going to sit over and watch and laugh. That's what I'm going to do.
No, you'll be puking your brains out because you ate Sharpie.
Okay, picture in your head there for a second of me just laughing my butt off, but puking at the same time. How weird would that be? There's an image.
I see it.
Yeah.
Both hands in that case.
That right there's what they call entertainment. Put that.
Jen's still just trying to figure everything out.
Yeah, put that in your Super Bowl halftime show. So there are some new Olympic sports this year for the first time ever. We're going to be talking about here in just a second. Can you guess what they are? The winter sports.
Snowman building. I was going to say
Projectile vomiting? No. Snowball fights and snowman building. Yes, those are two of the big ones. No, I'm kidding. Neither one of those.
Really?
No, of course not. But that would be cool. And snow forts, build the best snow fort, and you could like make it blend in with the background. No one could see it.
Oh, that's cool.
There is one called Dual Moguls.
What is a mogul?
A mogul, I always thought was a reigning oligarch, but then you have to look up that word. See how this never ends? No, a mogul is like someone who rules over an area, right? So, dual moguls is one of the sports. I'm not making that up. That is the actual name of the sport that's going to be at the Winter Olympics.
It sounds like fencing.
Yeah. It does kind of. There's also one called Mixed Team Skeleton.
Huh?
Sounds more like Halloween, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't get it. That's the actual name of the sport is Mixed Team Skeleton. You watch during the Olympics and see if you don't see that pop up every now and then. A skeleton pop up. Usually when a bone pops up like that, it's morning time or what? No, ski jumping. There's also ski jumping and what they call super team.
Okay. I've got a super team.
Not super teen, super team with an M.
Yeah, I have a super team.
What do they do?
We groom dogs. Oh, my goodness.
All right. Okay, Jules, we may be abusing that word super there just a little bit. I'm saying, you know,
Really?
I want to make sure that we're being accurate with everything that we're putting out there, you know.
You doubt my skills?
No, I'm not saying
Doubt my skills.
I'm not saying there's anything to doubt about your skills. But I am saying that, you know, maybe super. I mean, where's your cape, Christine?
I got a crown. Isn't that close enough? Right. It may be a Burger King crown, but it's a crown.
Well, you wear it, and I think you can then adopt the honorific.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. We got to go, Randy. We got to get our Burger King crown.
Get it on, ladies. Get your Whopper. What? All right. Bye.
Oh, well. Peace out.
What happened? Which remote is this? Okay, this one goes over here. So many stinking remotes in here. Okay. I can't read that. Wait a minute. I got to go back and read some of the comments. Sounds kind of like a typewriter, Candace. Why do people keep guessing random things? I don't know, Suze. It's almost like they want to win the money. What the heck? Bingo roller? Candace is just throwing out answers for you guys left and right there. She don't know. I would never tell her. Think she can keep a secret? And she goes, I can get KIX almost all the way to Kansas City. Suze, that's awesome. You know, if you switch over to the app, you can go ahead and get us all the way to northern Canada. So I'm just throwing that out there. Yeah, Jimmy says, everybody needs to guess pool table. Yes, do that. Guess pool table. Melissa didn't want to get out of bed this morning. What's up, Melissa? Why didn't you want to get out of bed? Peanut butter substitute. Okay, I got the other one out because, there's no point in having a bag for one Reese's peanut butter cup, is there? That's ridiculous. Having one peanut butter cup in a baggie shows, I think, a mental instability. That shows that there's something going. Hold on. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. That shows that you probably have something buried in your basement. So I got that because why? It's already got packaging. You don't need dual packaging. Dual packaging. Why is everything innuendo today? What's up with that? Suze? Yeah, okay, she'll listen in the truck. She's going to be on here. Yeah, letters from home. Greg says, you know what I picture? I picture like the, what's the name? Ken Burns in the Civil War documentary, and they're reading the letters. Dear Gladys, it is my 133rd day serving with the 15th Infantry at Gettysburg. They cut off my leg yesterday, but I feel still like somewhat of a man. So anyway, I got it out, and would you look at this? Would you look what's happening here? You see that? Wait a minute, let me turn it. There you go, now you can see it. See what's happening with the packaging? What's up with that? It's almost like the Reese's company wants to overcome any kind of constraint or self-discipline that you may or may not have. It's like they're going, oh, come on. Come on, it'll be all right. Just lift the flap up a little bit. Just pull up there. Oh, yeah, there. And look at this. Not even glued. Look. Look at that. Look at that. This in a day and age where you realize that to even get into the orange juice, you got to get a knife out. Just saying. I'm putting it. I'm not going to eat it. That has never been my intention, and it won't be. Oh, wait a minute. My stomach's sending a message back. Okay, there it is. Yes, I think we could all understand what it's saying, right? Oh, good gosh. Reese's lives matter, Daniel said earlier. Not anymore, they don't. Come on, little buddy. Stop it! Stop it with your peer pressure. But seriously, I mean, it might as well be completely open right now. I mean, look at that. Because there's no glue, nothing. Yesterday, hold on. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 7:35. It is going to be sunny today. Highs are going to be up to around 60. And by Monday, we're supposed to be into the lower 70s. So, woohoo! We'll give you a look at the weather in just 25 minutes, along with 4 states news. And in the next hour, we're going to be asking you, what is your biggest turnoff in someone? When they do this is like instantly, nope, no more for me, I'm driving. What is your biggest turnoff in someone? 623-1025 to text or tell us, or you can tell us on Facebook. The Winter Olympics getting underway today is the official kickoff in Milan, Italy. Did you know they've got a number of new sports at the this year's Winter Olympics that have never been done before or never been competed at the Olympics anyway? And one of them, this one's called ski mountaineering. It's an actual thing, ski mountaineering, or what they call it, skimo. So if you hear them advertising, coming up coverage of skimo, athletes have to climb a mountain over a set course amidst rugged terrain and then ski back down. Much like when you ski past the Mid-Mountain Lodge and you have to hike back up when you've gone skiing, that sort of thing. Then there's something called Dual Moguls. Seriously, that's the name of it. Dual Moguls. It's a freestyle skiing event in which two athletes compete side by side. They perform aerial tricks on two jumps of a bumpy course. And there is a new competition called Mixed Team Skeleton. Sounds more like a Halloween event, but it's where one man and one woman from the same country have to race down an ice track head first on a small sled. I am not making any of this up. Then there's the women's doubles luge, which has never been at Winter Olympics before. This is where two women from the same country double up on the same sled. And they race down the track feet first. Ski jumping is adding a women's individual large hill competition. Also, men's ski jumping is adding what they call super team. It's a new format where pairs of two compete in up to 3 jumps. So on TV, it's all going to look exactly the same as it always has. Got it. Why not change it up? I think they ought to do like speed skating with biathlon rifles or the two-man bobsled and frisbee catch. I think that would be pretty cool. Or if you wanted to triple the interest, toss in a few mountain lions. That would really up the ante. And one thing that won't change this year for any event you really want to see, you're going to have to sit through 8 minutes of commercials, a boring introduction from the anchor, and a 5-minute close-up and personal video of every American athlete. And all the sports you really want to see are going to be on late at night. You can count on that. Hey, did you know that the Olympic song that they use in the Winter Olympics actually has words? Be surprised. Most people aren't aware that there are actually lyrics to the Olympic theme song. They go like this. This is the drum part. This is the drum part. And this is the Olympic theme that you always hear, but you do not know the words. They march in and light the torch and wave all the flags and then release the birds. Dangerous water, hotels are not finished. Where the heck are the athletes gonna sleep? Certain people aren't allowed in Russia. Does that mean male figure skaters can't compete? A new event this year is the tandem toilets. Now let's get to the Milan Winter Games.
It's Morning Kicks with Randy and Jim.
There's the lyrics. A lot of people don't know the ancient Greeks wrote that, by the way. I don't know how they knew they were going to be at Milan, but somehow they did. Oh, boy. Is the mean lady with the same name as me still here? Greg? There's a mean lady named Greg? Are you talking about Jimmy? Jimmy is the mean lady. I am not going to eat it, Christy. You and Megan can just shut your pie holes or your Reese's peanut butter holes. Morning, Jasmine. Bad attitude and smell like an onion. Oh, I thought you were commenting on me. I was like, well, a little bit. Okay. Hi there, Morning Kicks.
What pisses me off is when people sit at a green light.
Okay, now not what pisses you off. I'm talking about what turns you off. But I totally agree with you.
Well, that does too. That turns me off because I hate people to sit.
People who are oblivious when they're driving. They pay no attention to anyone else. It's their road. You're just lucky to be existing on it.
Exactly.
That's what they think. That's psychopathic behavior right there.
Gotcha.
Thanks for calling. I think she was done talking to me. You shut up, Jimmy. Mouth. You mouth. I will. So, hey, hold on. Okay, what if we just write on the outside of the Reese's package? I would say, and there's some studies that have claimed that 80%, I'm just pulling that number out of the air, 80% of a product's desirability is caused by the packaging. They call that street appeal. Street appeal is also what Gladys used to put herself through college. Street appeal and packaging marketing right here. So I'm wondering if I was to disfigure the outside packaging. This is interesting. I mean, we're learning stuff here. This could be useful. in some situation. But if I disfigure the exterior of it while not harming the chocolate or the integrity of the peanut butter at all, we can find out if it's still appealing or if I still want to eat it afterwards. Not saying I do, but okay. So is the Sharpie not working? Okay, I'm just doing a variety. I don't want to do anything that's, artistic or looks good because that would be appealing. And we want it to be unappealing. We want it to be, ooh, yuck, gross. I don't think this is going to work because I can smell this and I really like it. Yeah, I can smell it on the Reese's too. Maybe that's why I had to eat the other one, was because it had Sharpie on it and I liked the way it smelled. That's possible. What do you think? That looks horrible, doesn't it? Ooh, yuck. Yucky. Yuck, yuck, yuck. That's not good. Jasmine says, can you play Faith Hill and Tim McGraw's Let's Make Love? You guys are my favorite country radio station. Jasmine, I want to play that for you so much. But the last time we did, everybody had babies. And we can't have that just constantly happening, okay? So I feel like we have a responsibility with the lyrical content that we put on KIX. And if we're putting on stuff with handsome old Tim McGraw and hottie Faith Hill talking about sexing each other up all the time, naked in their beds and stuff, then population, we're not going to have anywhere to live. Angry face. You're doing it wrong, Candace. I think you got to go actually pick the emoji. I have not defined too many times, Melissa. What's too many? I mean, how much is too many? Where are we going to draw the line? Which, by the way, you'd have to have a Sharpie to do. You're concerning. You need to get off the marker before Jen gets back. I can quit anytime I want to. Jimmy, I can stop that. I can put this down anytime. You're yucky. Okay, yeah, the packaging is yucky. We all agree, right? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Hey, my daughter's here, so I can say Daddy Pank today, and it's right. Dad, you better, don't you? The coffee's almost all gone, guys, which you don't want to eat Reese's without coffee. So, okay, now the question is, now that I have made the packaging so blatantly disgusting, is the appeal of the product does it still exist without the appeal of the packaging, without the street appeal, as Gladys would have called it? Okay. Which, by the way, I'm not having to open this at all. It's like it's already open, which it could have been. Somebody, you think Candy Jam would jack with my candy? Do you think that could explain what's going on today? Maybe. She's like at home with a hypodermic going, oh, this is going to mess him up so bad. That's Candy Jam type behavior, isn't it? All right, hold on. Okay. Okay, now the question is this a factor at all with what I'm emotionally feeling about this right now? What am I emotionally feeling about this right now? A little resentment, maybe some jealousy. I don't know why, but a little resentment and jealousy, but mostly it's love, deep-seated love. Also guilt. Also, I'm feeling guilt about what I did to its brother. There was a little piece on there I had to get off, and my hands were busy. I'm holding this in one hand, this in the... I didn't get it. That time I did. So it was a little piece on the top. Butter beer flavor. Greg says, I'd still give $5 for it, especially the Oreo ones, and $10 for the white chocolate ones. Are you talking the Reese's, Greg? You'd give $10 for white chocolate Reese's? Well, buddy boy, I can hook you up for $10. Candace, you need to take control of the finances pretty quick. Compassion? Yeah, no, not much compassion, Megan. There's not a lot. So, I don't feel like, what do you guys think? I don't feel like the packaging played that big of a role in the attractiveness, because, I mean, here I am with the ugly packaging and the Reese's, and I'm just like, I'm pretty much, I'm good with the way it looks right now. In fact, I'm not even thinking about the packaging. Right now, I'm thinking about getting this. Can you get the cup off without peeling the chocolate and, exposing the peanut butter? You don't want to expose the peanut butter. Nobody needs to see that at the dinner table. Don't expose the peanut butter. Put the chocolate back on. We are in public. Hold on. Oh, you know what? Look, okay. Let me show you something. Look at this. Okay, I'm taking this off. And look at the side of this thing. See that? But look here. Where is the chocolate? It's not on the packaging. There is no chocolate in here. There's none. No chocolate. No chocolate collected. That's reflection. That's not peanut butter or chocolate. There is none in there. So where did that go? Where did that piece go? We've got a mystery. It's a mystery! Y'all are talking about coffee creamers. Well, I am trying to do actual God-given, God-directed research here. Morning, Ruby! We are not talking about coffee creamer. We're talking about Reese's factories. Oh, we got to talk about Super Bowl here. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Super Bowl this Sunday. You've only got a few days left to get signed up for the big game giveaway. We'll give you more details about that right after Luke Combs on the 4 states #1 for country. KIX 102.5. Oh, Jimmy, I'm so sorry. She said she didn't have good results yesterday. They could just automatically detect your meanness, couldn't they? That's what it was. Hey, I tell you what. I will call your doctor and have a conversation with him today and say, hey, it's all right. We tolerate her. And you'll get different results. Trust me, you'll get different results. We've got this. This one time, Jimmy, but you got to promise never to hurt the children ever again, okay? Oh, hey, wait a minute. What just happened? Okay, now wait. I did not aim to do that, all right? I was not done. We were going to do more experiments. We were going to do more surveys. I was just sitting here reading comments, and unconsciously my right hand moved of its own accord without me even thinking about it. I wasn't even paying attention. I mean, I was so enthralled by some of your guys' comments that I mean, it just, you know, how you'll unconsciously do something like shoot at your neighbor's dog that, you know, without even thinking. You're just, I mean, you're doing one thing, you're writing or reading something, and boom, or yummy. Well, there goes that. Maybe next Friday we could conduct some experiments. Jen will be back, and she's trying to, you know, get healthy again after having the baby, so she's not going to want any of the stuff. So I will have to do something with her Reese's, and since I can't eat them, I'll have to, yeah, we'll have a plan. We'll do a plan. We will plan and plan and plan. Coffee with a nice... Wait a minute. Megan, she's having buttery chocolate croissant. Where's mine? You got a lot of people concerned about you, Jimmy, which I think is an accurate representation of how much you've misled everybody. This chair's falling apart. All right, kids, here we go. Brace yourselves. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 7:51. It's going to be sunny today, highs around 60, and supposed to get up into the lower 70s by Monday. We'll give you a complete look at the weather forecast for the weekend and the beginning of next week, along with 4 states news in just 11 minutes. Also, in the next hour, we're going to be talking about your biggest turnoff, because why not? What is your biggest turnoff in someone when they do this or when they do that? It's just like, oh, disgusting. I can't handle that. 623-1025 to tell us what is your biggest turnoff in someone. Or you can tell us on Facebook, because Fridays call for a little judgment, right? Also, you've only got a few more days, literally hours, to get signed up for the big game giveaway on the KIX website. Your chance to win the ultimate stay and play package, including a 2-night stay in a king suite, along with $100 for food and $50 Go rewards play for up to 2 people at Indigo Sky Casino. Plus, there's that big second and third place prize that we're giving away from Outpost Casino. So go to KIX1025.com and get signed up. You've only got until Sunday afternoon to get signed up, and then we'll announce the winners on Monday, because we are getting ready for Super Bowl Sunday. Hey, speaking of theme songs and lyrics, did you realize that the Super Bowl music they always play, that it even has lyrics? Not kidding, listen. Super Bowl party, I'm gonna drink a lot of beer. Drinking and gambling, wagering on Super Bowl squares. Eating nachos, 100 pounds of chicken wings. Watching football on a gigantic LED. Super Bowl party, I'll be so hungover Monday. They should make it an American holiday. Super Bowl.
It's Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, powered by Buffalo Run Casino and Resort on the 4 states #1 for country.
Yeah, that was the end of the song there. I feel the same way, Megan. I feel like everything is falling apart. My body right now just feels like it's collapsing on me. You're talking health-wise, right? I mean, here I am with my inhaler. Still wheezing. I have had this since the day after Christmas. That's insane. I mean, I'm going on 2 months of struggling under this. Last night, I got sneezed like 6 or 7 times before bed, which then meant I had to spend the next half an hour getting rid of apparently fluids and stuff that my body didn't want anymore. I don't know what's going on. I don't feel like I've had this struggle before through winter. Coughing and wheezing just will not go away. And the sneezing, and I mean that, I just don't. Why am I struggling with allergies if that's what it is at this time of the year? There should not be a pollen count right now. So why are my sinuses? What are they reacting to? I can't imagine what could be a factor for for my health issues right now. I mean, I can't. There's got to be something. I don't know. Yeah, and so I think I'm going to try the Flonase. I don't normally like having stuff stuck in front of my nose, that I have to sniff on and stuff for allergy treatment and stuff. But I think since they now have Flonase over the counter, you can buy at Walmart and stuff. I think, it smells different over this nose. So I think I'm going to try that. I've heard good things about Flonase. So I think I'm at least going to give it a whirl. I don't like the way these blinds are open. Brett James? There we go. So I tried something this morning. I want your guys' opinion on it. Did anybody see the Y'all Ain't Gonna Believe This news headline on Facebook before the video was put up? Before we did the story? If you don't know, the Y'all Ain't Gonna Believe This news headline, it's supposedly, the idea behind it is it's a way to catch your eye if you pop onto social media. It's our first attempt at the day to try to gain an interaction with you on social media. And it's just usually a little headline that theoretically the idea behind it is the headline is so shocking that you go, what? You know, and you have to read it twice. That's it. And hopefully it will attract you enough that you want to hear what the story is at 6:50 when we tell it. So we put that up at 6 o'clock. And then at 6:50, we tell the story. So there is a setup and a payoff. And we drive you towards that payoff 2 or 3 times during the hour. Okay, you got it? So for the longest time, you know, when we used to just put up the text, it'd say, we've got your Y'all Ain't Gonna Believe This news headline at 6:50, and it is, and it tells what the headline is, okay? It's just words. And then when Facebook put where you could put the background up, we're like, oh, color behind it makes that pop a little bit, but you still had to read it. So did anybody see today what we did? We, meaning me. Megan says, the hubs use Flonase. It dries my nose out too much. I stick with the allergy pill. Flonase makes Melissa dizzy. Okay, my thing is, though, I feel like I need to dry out. My ears are beginning to clog again. I'm beginning to hear the rattling noises in my ear. I don't want it to turn into like it did last year. There were almost 3 months where I could not hear out of my left ear. And my doctor, you know what he said? Try sleeping on the other side. I'm like, you're fired. I don't want it to get to that. And I feel like it's mucus production. And I feel like the doctors are really missing the boat here. They're treating symptoms, okay? You've got a clogged nose. We're going to try to alleviate that. You've got a cough. We're going to try to alleviate that. What they ought to be doing is finding out what's causing the cough, causing the clogged nose, and treating that. Obviously, our sinus tissues are reacting to something or think they're reacting to something, some sort of contaminant or something that's causing the reaction. We need to treat that. Then the symptoms would go away. If I was in charge of the medical situation, which I've retired from that and you know, moved on to radio. So, I mean, it would be a totally different deal. Treat the cause, not the symptom. Nobody seems to approach medicine that way anymore, where they are treating cause. They're looking for root cause rather than alleviating symptoms. So anyway, we were talking about the Y'all Ain't Gonna Believe This news headline, and nobody has answered me. So this morning, I utilized AI to create, I literally just took the headline, stuck it into ChatGPT. I said, make me a picture of this. And it did. It made a graphic. How can I share this with you without having to go do major surgery? I don't think there is a way. So here it is. Here, this is the easiest way. There it is. The story was, man falls through the ice where police are practicing water rescues. It's a very realistic picture. I mean, it looks very real. It's not cartoony at all, which what got me wondering. Is that appropriate? I mean, whoops, that's way too far that way. Are we misrepresenting by making it look like we have a picture of the event? Or do people understand, oh, that's just AI? And who cares anyway? You want to turn in for the story, right? And here's another deal. That picture is only going to be up there from 6 a.m. to 6:50 because as soon as we do the story, we replace it with video of me telling the story. And that goes on to Reels, onto the stories, and all over Instagram, X, and everything at that point. So the picture's only up there for a little bit. Is it a little clickbaity? Heck yeah, it is. Is that not the goal? So I just was kind of wanting your guys' opinion about that. Well, now the picture's no longer up there, you know, because like I said, once we do the story at 6:50, we swap that image out with the video. So my thought is, it's only there for a little while anyway. Hi there, Morning Kicks.
Good morning.
Hello, Dustin. Happy Friday, buddy. How you doing? You got big plans for the weekend?
Lady Bears.
Lady Bears. Are you taking Alicia with you? Yeah, maybe. If she behaves, then yeah, you'll tell her keep her hands to herself, okay?
Okay.
You want to hear some Garth? All right, we'll get it on for you, buddy. Have a good weekend. Megan says, yeah, her eyes were still shut. But what do you think? Even if you didn't see it, I mean, I just showed you the picture. So what do you think about using it that way for that purpose as a head turner? That's all we want. I want it for people as they're scrolling by to stop for a second and see what it is. They don't have to click it or anything, but I want to put it in your consciousness so that when we do the story at 6:50 and you see the video later, there's a chance that you may click on it to get more details, to see more info. That's all that it's there for. And we're not leaving it up. Now, let's say if we were still putting the story up in the comment section like we used to and leaving that graphic up in perpetuity, you know, all day long, I probably would not want to do that. Bryson likes the idea of it. Thank you, Bryson. I just thought of this morning, I'm going to try that and see how it feels throughout the whole process. Then I'm going to get some opinions from some of you lackeys and see what you think of it. And at least Bryson weighed in. I guess the rest of you are just too busy to help me out any. I'll just sit here and do that. You know, I am. It's going to be sunny today. Highs are going to be around 60. Then tonight, lows down around 29. Saturday is going to be a little cooler. Highs into the mid-50s with lows down around the lower 40s. And then on Sunday, sunshine with a high near 66. Monday, to start off your work week, going to be sunny with highs near 72. KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar is not showing anything over the 4 states. It's 37 in Miami, 39 in Carthage, and 42 in Joplin. To sign up for severe weather alerts, download the Zimmer Storm Center app. All right, we're wanting to know, what is your biggest turnoff? When you see this behavior from someone, you're like, nope. You put up the hand, that's it. No more for you. 623-1025 to text or tell us, what is your biggest turnoff? Or you can tell us on Facebook. Here's Chase Rice on the 4 states #1 for country, KIX 102.5. So I'm thinking maybe I could do this for other things, like, say, our topic. If this is a conducive, good thing. Christy likes the idea, too. Greg said, just got wheels off, axles out, bearings out, races, and hubs, so grease everywhere. He thinks it's fine. Okay, I don't want to misrepresent. I don't want people to think that, oh, KIX is trying to look like they have photos of actual news events. It's not about the photo, really. The photo's just supposed, it's like words plus image. Those two connect in your right brain, and then you come to us for the story. That's the whole deal. I'm not trying to make you click anywhere. There's no links in it like some would do with their clickbaity AI stuff. So let's experiment with this then. If I go to ChatGPT and I put in our topic today, make me an image for the following topic. I don't want to say call-in topic because what is your biggest turn off? Just see what it does. I have no idea what that picture would look like. Creating image. Because I realized that a photo will connect with your brain, with the right side of your brain. That's your creative side, your medulla oblongata or whatever. It will connect with the brain quicker than a text line will. And if you do both of them, image with the text line, it has twice as much of a factor of connecting with your brain. It's doing something. And then once it does the picture, I'm going to have it recreate another one with the text on top of it. I don't know what it would do. I mean, how would you draw the question? What turns you off? I don't know how you draw that. Apparently ChatGPT doesn't either because it's still sitting here spinning. My only picture would be a guy picking his nose. That maybe, or something, because you're going to have to give an example, right? Oh. Huh. This is kind of cool. I like this. Okay, so it's like a game show headline. What is your biggest turnoff? ? And then it has a guy. It says bad hygiene, and it has a cartoon guy with odors coming off of him. Rudeness, it's got a guy yelling at a girl. Lying, it's got a guy with a big... It's kind of cool. Let's use it and see what happens. See if we get arrested. Oh, I hope we get arrested. You know, because it's the weekend. Okay, I'm putting it up right now. I'm going to put it up on everything. So I didn't even have to tell it to add the text. You guys go look at it and tell me what you think. And it's a weird shape, so I don't know how Facebook's going to crop it. Facebook has weird rules about shapes. They want it. Put it all up. Go look at it and see what you think, okay? Because if you don't like it, if you think it's bad, I'm going to take it down. Meanwhile, I'm going to go put it up on Insta and X too, which is something we don't normally do for topics. Why not? Okay, there they are. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I would have never thought of that kind of a format for it, but it did really good. It's kind of a poster-like, and I feel like, okay, yeah, everybody knows it's AI created, so what? I could have here's an idea I could have used. If it's me and Jen here talking about this, I could have said use and uploaded our pictures onto it, me and Jen, and said use these people and all your representative images that you create. So it would have been me and her on every single one of them. That might have been nice to have created a connection with KIX. Also, I kind of wish that it would have included the KIX logo in that, which I need to probably upload that into ChatGPT and say, hey, use the KIX logo on the image and use Randy and Jen's picture for any people that you create. We'll see how it does. Let's see how it does with... especially since we got it shared across 3 platforms right now. It's on X, Insta, and Facebook. All righty. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen. It's going to be sunny today. Highs are going to be up near 60, and it's 42 right now in Joplin. We'll tell you what it's going to be like all weekend long in just 15 minutes. But we're talking today, since it's Friday, and because why not? We're wanting to know, what is your biggest turnoff in someone? 623-1025 to text or tell us, or you can tell us on Facebook your biggest turnoff. Here's Gabby Barrett on KIX 102.5. That's definitely way more attention getting than just the words over a colored background, I feel like. Kind of interesting on Instagram how it crops down your post. Where is profile? Yeah. Except the liar one looks like it's a Johnsonville broad on his nose. That wasn't what I thought it looked like, Bryson, but okay. I thought it looked like a carrot. Yeah, I didn't do a real good job of connecting the nose extension or whatever with his nose. You get the idea, of course. Who are these people? Why isn't the one up in the upper left-hand corner, let's just call him Steve, why isn't he bathing? Could call him people pet peeve. People peeve. All right, Kathy. You hurry back now. Oh, boy. Now, everybody's getting to work early this morning. What the heck, guys? I'm still here. I still need your attention. Why am I doing this? Why am I sitting in here day after day sweating over this hot microphone if it's just going to be so that you can turn your back on me and ignore me and shut me out of your lives, huh? I mean, I ate the Reese's. You could say I ate the Reese's for you today. To what thanks? To what thanks and appreciation, might I add? None. What did I get in return? Spit on me. That's what you did. So the Super Bowl, there is a Super Bowl merchandise company that has apologized publicly now for their crappy products. The Fanatics sportswear company. You ever heard of Fanatics? I don't wear a lot of sportswear, so probably wouldn't have. But they issued a statement this last Tuesday responding to a recent backlash over low stock and the cheap quality of the Super Bowl jerseys for the Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks, some of them selling for $160. One fan pointed out that the only Patriots Super Bowl uniform you can get at the actual team store is a design the team doesn't even wear on the field. And the merch company said, NFL fans, we've seen your jersey feedback. We take it very seriously. We've let Patriots and Seahawks fans down with product availability. We own that. We're sorry. We've heard questions about the quality of these alternate jerseys and can assure you that despite some unflattering photos, these jerseys are identical to the standard Nike replica game jersey. Fanatics also notes that if you're not fully satisfied with their product, it can always be returned free of charge via the Fanatics app. Though we know you probably won't go through the hassle, so we win anyway. Yay. Anyway, they can't possibly get new ones from China before Sunday. Are the new shirts not beer and nacho cheese resistant? Because without that, what's the point anyway? Here's a company, by the way, apologizing for a crappy product. Will somebody let Microsoft know that it's okay to do that? Marker sniff. Megan says, I don't give a 6-7. Eat your peanut butter and quit whining. You're not my boss, Megan, all right? I would like to just establish and reiterate, you're not the boss of me. You're not my mom. Gosh, I think I got it on my nose that time. I did touch my nose. That's the first time. Oh, man, it's making my eyes water. Okay, I am going to refresh now. We've been, 5-10 minutes since I put the picture up. Let's see if it's got any response at all. 2 people thumbsed up it. Thumbsed up it. Is that legal? Megan and Bryson thumbsed up it. That's it. On X, which X never gets any reaction from anyone on anything anyway. Oh, it's actually got 2 responses on X. Insta? Can you see responses? Nope, nothing on Insta. All right, we'll just keep an eye on it. Okay, time for a seg break, and then I want to talk about Groundhog Day. Okay, and I feel like we didn't point this out appropriately enough on Monday, and we should have. Next year, we will. What I have to point out. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, number 1 for country. Want to know, what is your biggest turnoff? 623-1025 to text or tell us, or you can tell us on Facebook. Here's Morgan Wallen on KIX 102.5. Okay, so the groundhog saw his shadow on Monday, right? Which everybody knows what that means. 6 more weeks of winter, right? So I got the calendar out and I got to doing a little looking. February the 2nd, that's, if you do the adding and you look at how long 6 more weeks are past February 2nd, that takes you all the way to March 16th. Okay, that's saying we will have winter until March 16th and then spring will get here, is what that's saying. Do you realize when the first day of spring is this year? It is March 20th, which that's saying that when the groundhog sees his shadow, that spring's actually going to get here sooner than it would have if he had not seen his shadow. It's all a scam! There's no threat to him seeing his shadow. What? It's backward. If he sees his shadow, spring's going to get here sooner? 6 more weeks of winter just means that spring's getting here sooner. How has no one ever noticed this before? And am I a genius for having done so? I put forward that possibly that's true. March 21st. Okay, March 20th, March 21st. I don't think it is, Bryson. This microphone has been sitting here with an attitude for the past half hour, and something must be done about it. You will straighten you. Ooh. Yeah, what the heck? So, no, wait a minute, Megan. You guys are saying March 21st is when spring is. Not according to the groundhog. The groundhog says it's going to get here on March 17th because it saw its shadow. Megan says, be nice or I'll take that like back so quick, mister. Don't threaten me with your social media approval or disapproval. Whoa. Megan says, I think you put the cap on that marker. Coincidence? What coincidence? Where? Because I did what? What? Yeah, I put the cap on the marker. What does that mean? What does that have to... What? Explain, Megan. Explain. Jimmy's birthday is March 10th. Lindsay! Oh, my gosh, Lindsay! Lindsay from California. Dental assistant Lindsay. What's been going on? Oh, my God. No, you can't head into class yet. Wait, Lindsay, I got a break, but I want to know what's been going on. Tell us, fill us in. What's been going on in your life? We haven't talked to you in forever. Candace, you can't leave yet. Sit down. You've not finished all your spinach. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 822. It's going to be sunny today. Highs around 60 and even warmer for the rest of the weekend. We'll tell you all about that in just 6 minutes. But this morning, we're wanting to know, what is your biggest turnoff in someone? If they do this, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't tolerate that person. You go all Seinfeld on them, in other words. What is your biggest turnoff in someone? 623-1025 to text or tell us, or you can tell us on Facebook. What is your biggest turnoff?
A guy with his shirt tucked in, with a belt, and his britches up to his...
His nipples?
Yeah.
Welcome to the dance, Poindexter.
Thank you.
The way he dresses, in other words. What's your biggest turnoff in someone?
You're going to find this odd, but this is what it is. A man that drives a car. Real men drive trucks.
You got that, Bob from sales? Get rid of your Civic.
Real men drive trucks.
Not cars. What is your biggest turnoff in someone?
Nasty teeth.
Oh, if they've got janky stuff in their teeth, or if there's teeth missing.
And when they smile, if their teeth are funky, I'm out of there.
Wait. What if they only have one tooth, but they keep it really clean?
Nothing.
I've always thought people who had teeth that look like corn. That's pretty much a turnoff. What is your biggest turnoff in someone?
Guys that hawk loogies.
You mean hawk tua? Hey, you got to clean out the sinus cavity every now and then.
That's what tissues are for.
Yeah, and go do it in private, not in front of everyone. What is your biggest turnoff in someone? 623-1025 to text or tell us, or you can tell us on Facebook. It's the 4 states number 1 for country. Lindsay is here. That's crazy. I wonder what caused her to decide to come on. Oh, she moved to Oklahoma and started school at OU. Seems like we knew that. Didn't we know that, Lindsay? Candace isn't going anywhere. She is not leaving the table. So let me tell you something about Candace. All right? When she was a little girl, she used to, Gina would fix food, our dinner for everybody, and Candace would sit there at the table. The girls would sit in the kitchen and eat at the table because they're little pigs, you know, and we would sit at the coffee table, and usually in the evening, and eat while watching TV. But they had to sit at the table, and they could not get down until they finished their food, or at least until they ate an agreeable amount of it. And Candace was one of these children that was starving to death. She's about to faint, you know, from food deprivation until she sat down to eat. She'd have 2 bites, and then the goofiness would start, and then she would not consume any more of it. And usually she would play with it until it became disgusting, and she didn't want to eat it anymore. So Gina would make her sit there until, and me too, would make her sit there at the table until she finished or consumed an adequate amount of her food. And the thing is, Candace would put a bunch of it in her mouth and then wouldn't swallow it, which I've never understood. But she would hold it in her mouth. And Gina called me one morning and told me, she said, I just dropped the girls off at school, and Candace still had a mouthful of food from the breakfast table. So, wow. Megan says, check the KIX Facebook Messenger. Okay. Oh, my gosh. What was that? Oh, it's the hot microphone. Look at me sweating over that hot microphone, Megan. Oh, my goodness. I've got to download that and save it. Is there some way I can? Here. Okay, I've got to do this. Wait a minute. Why is it putting the time right in front of my eyeballs? Good gosh. Facebook, you're so stupid. Here, look at this. Look at this. Look what Megan did. This, guys, this is what's happening today and most every day. Can I not? Oh, my gosh. Look at this. Look at that. Look at what's happening there. That right there is an example, a definition of what I'm doing day after day after day. Looks like I've eaten Mexican food or consumed some jalapenos peppers. Jalapenos. That is happening right before your very eyes. And do you guys appreciate it at all? No, you just take it for granted. Here I am, sacrificing, literally giving of my own safety, of my own dry skinness for your benefit. And nobody appreciates it. Nobody gets it. So Candy... She says Amber rubbed it on the bottom of the table. She did. She did. So we're always like to Candace, why can't you be like your sister and eat your food? Eat your food, Candace. And when we moved to Joplin, the girls were a little bigger then, and we had to take the dining room table apart. So it was one of those great big oak dining room tables, the big round ones, you know, that you could put a leaf in the middle and everything. We took and flipped that table over when we took the top off, and there, underneath the area where Amber always sat, Amber, the older sister, were long fingerprint streaks the size of a child's hand, 4 finger streaks just all over the underneath of that table. She was literally taking food off of her plate and smearing it into the underneath of the table as a way of doing away with it. Little con artist. Yeah, Candace committed. She's keeping that mouth full of food. She could have gone to the bathroom and spit it out, but that never once crossed her mind. Morning, Major. About time you got here. You have missed the whole debate over the Reese's issues. You missed Jimmy was making gonads. You missed all of that. There's been Lindsay was here. Lindsay from California, now from Oklahoma. You missed everything today, Major. I think we're going to have to call you Minor Woody from now on. Oh, Megan said that's epic. Yeah, rubbing the food under the table. I mean, it was like a Jackson Pollock painting had happened on the underneath of the table. It was like abstract art. I should have photographed it and kept it, but, you know, phone or cameras were not that readily available to us back then. But it would have, I think I could have sold it as an art piece. Entirely subconsciously abstract. She didn't know. She's finger painting, medium, mashed potatoes, or whatever it was. It was crazy. We're like, wait a minute. Amber sat there. The good child rubbed her food all under the table? She's a little duplicitous, wasn't she, Candace? She's the kind that would pinch you when the parents weren't looking. That's what it lacked. A Reeves cup. A Reeves cup? I believe a Reeves cup. You're talking about Keith Reeves, right? The wide receiver. You do not want to eat out of his cup. That's disgusting, Kathy. No. Bye, Lindsay. Thanks so much for coming in. It's good hearing from you. Oh, that's right. Candace still has that table. Is it, could you, Candace, I know you're busy and you probably have millions of things all over your table because you're one of those moms. Is there any way you could get under there and take a picture? Please. They would love to see that. If you'd send it, I would put it up there and let everybody see it. If you can message it to the KIX, if you have time, if you're not too busy, if you're there at home right now, and you could go into there and snap a picture of the underneath. Who knows? Maybe your kids have added more. Murph, it sounds like something Murph would do. Woody, you have missed so much going on today. Jimmy admitted to where the bodies were all located. What else did we do? The Reese's thing really monopolized a lot of the morning. It really was. We did not touch Keith Reeves' athletic cup. Girls, do you see how he treats me? Wait, who treats you? What did he? Who treats you? We had particular meals. We just found ways around. You have to sometimes. There was stuff that your mom made that I know you didn't like. There was stuff that your mom made that I didn't like, but I would not have dared said anything because I realized that I had to sleep sometime. And, it's just putting yourself at... We found trinkets! Yes, we found trinkets this morning. Woody, where are you? Can't count on some people. I will just say this. Here's me. Here's what I've been doing this morning. And what have you been doing? Well, I sit here and sweat over this hot microphone. No appreciation. None whatsoever. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Want to know, what is your biggest turnoff in someone? 623-1025. Here's Dan and Shay on KIX. Yay, trinkets! That little boy can finally go home to his mom and dad. Okay, hold on. Oh, Candace is going to take a picture of the underneath of this table. I'm serious, guys. It's like something, it's like a crime scene under there. It's almost like ghost writing because you can see fingerprints in this. And these fingerprints are over 20 years old, 25 years old. Wait a minute, your sister's like what, 31, 32, 31? Yeah, so it would be about 25 years old, these fingerprints. She has our old table. We gave that to Candace when we got a new one, when we got our new table. Hot mic. Hey, Woody, I'm telling you, buddy, I put myself at risk every moment by moment. And I think people just automatically, they're like, oh, whatever, he's just in there doing his little radio thing, that they don't understand. I am working at high-risk occupation. What? It's like, oh, I found a splinter on my finger. Wait a minute. I will get that out. Okay, so she has the leaf in the table right now. So the fingerprints are split. We didn't have the leaf in the table when they were little girls. There wasn't room for it in that house. So you'll see it, but there's a leaf in the middle. Megan or Kathy says, looks like I won't need to make it as a tumbler. He'll have it on screensaver. Me over the hot microphone. Yep. Sweating over this hot microphone. And at underneath, anywhere you put this, it needs to say, to what appreciation? Question mark. Or for what? And who appreciates it? No one. No one. Everyone. I think I ought to be getting high risk pay right now. Because, I mean, look at this. Look what I'm doing. Look what's happening there. Do you see? Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes, what's happening. Wait a minute. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, my gosh. What danger I undertake every time. Ooh, 33. Oh, she's 33. Okay, so yeah, I would say 26, 27 years ago. That's when this is from. Here we go. Hold on. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8:35. It's going to be sunny today. Highs are going to be around 60. And we've got the morning KIX takeover brought to you by Fast Monkey Auto. Friday edition getting ready to start in 15 minutes. So you still have time to go on the KIX app or the KIX website and make your song picks before we start playing them back. But today, because it's Friday and why not, we're wanting to know, what is your biggest turnoff in someone? 623-1025. What is the thing that turns you off the most about someone?
Someone that's smoking.
Wait a minute. What if it's just because their hair's on fire? Is that still a turnoff?
That's a little different.
I frequently smoke, but it's only because I'm sitting in here sweating over this hot microphone, and people don't understand that. What is your biggest turnoff in someone?
This morning, my biggest turnoff is when they don't take a shower.
At all. Ever.
At all. Oh, my God. And they reek, and they want to kiss you? Lord have mercy.
They've been stewing in their own juices. Who are these people? Did they just walk up to you while you were out on the street? Did they touch you? Show us on the doll.
Yeah,
Show us.
Something like that.
Wanting to kiss you and everything. You don't even know their name. What is your biggest turnoff in someone?
So gross if a guy has bad fingernails. And it's not just dirty. If a guy has dirty fingernails, it shows he's a hard worker. But if he has, like, long, gangly, like, untrimmed, sharp fingers, that's so gross.
You mean like Wicked Witch of the West fingernails?
Yeah. Like, you don't want, like, some guy, like, rubbing your face or, brushing your hair out of your eyes and, like, scratching some big old long, scratch down the side of your face.
Picture this for a minute. Here he is. He's up close to you, and he's got his fingernails that are curling. They're and he's going, so pretty. So pretty. 623-1025 to tell us what is your biggest turnoff. You can tell us also on Facebook. It's the 4 states #1 for country, KIX 102.5. So pretty. Did she send it? Yes, she did. Oh, there they are. That's not a very good picture, by the way. Look at all the flash washout. But, okay. Hold on. Hold on. I'm opening it. Okay. Ready? This is underneath the table. And I'd just like to point out all of the food stains down here. These are all from little girl hands. Now, there's a whole other side to this that's on the other side. Can you see my mouse there? That's on the other side of this leaf. But all of that is smeared food from Candace's older sister. How awesome is that? Dinner and a show. Hi there, Morning Kicks. What's your biggest turnoff in someone?
When you're talking to somebody and they instantly start name-dropping people that you don't know and have no effect on your life.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to make themselves bigger by association when they don't know the people either.
When they're like, oh, yeah, I know Randy Brooks. I talk to him every morning. Yeah, sometimes, we've actually hung out together on the Facebook Live thing before and stuff like that. Yeah, I get it.
Oh, my God. You talk to Randy, too? He's like so awesome.
Oh, that's sad. Thanks for calling.
Have a good one.
I think his reaction's what made it funny.
When you're talking to name-dropping people that you don't know and have no effect on your life.
Yeah.
It's like
when they're like, oh, yeah, I know Randy Brooks.
Dropping.
Oh, yeah. Here, let me move that over.
Name-dropping.
Oh, yeah, I know Randy Brooks. I took Facebook Live thing. I talk to him every morning. Yeah.
Oh, my God. You talk to Randy, too?
That's kind of cool. Kind of. Not really, but kind of. Name dropping. Turn off. Okay. Let's get back to the comments. That was cool. Thank you, Candace. That one is hers. It's by the back. What am I missing? We created a monster. Guess Jen needs one with a long sword and 1 foot on top. What? Candace is 32. Okay, you can stop that kind of offensiveness right now. I do not have a 33 and a 32-year-old daughter. I'm pretty sure. I don't know who you are, but you aren't my kid at that age. Notice my eyes. I don't know who you are. That's my ghetto eye. That's my hood look. It's by the back door. That one is mine. What are you talking about? It's by the back door. Did you send another picture? No. My spot. Oh, that's her spot by the back door. Oh, I didn't even see. Okay, hold on. I see what you're saying, Candace. I just scrolled up and saw the others. Okay, guys, hold on. I had the wrong picture. Hold on. I was showing you Candace's food stains. She did the same thing sometimes. This is Amber's. You ready? Look at this. Oh, my gosh. That's hers, and you can see where the leaf is in the center of it. You see what I'm talking about? A Jackson Pollock painting right there. I thought it was worse than what you were showing us. Holy cow, right there. Okay, let's look at the other one. She sent another one. Good, that's the other side. Good gosh. So this and this. Look at that. Shut up, Google. Yeah, that is Amber's. Sorry, Candace, I wasn't getting what you were putting down. Wow. I thought it was worse than that. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. I'm just now seeing the images up there. Who knows, Megan? I might be your father. Well, that's the thing, Megan. When it was discovered, it was not discovered until we moved to Joplin. And at that point, it's kind of like whipping the dog for peeing on the carpet last week. Yeah, it's a lot like that, in fact, now that I think about it. You're like, well, you can't really do more than go, really? And that's all we could do. Wow. Yeah, that was impressive. I should have. Again, Candace, if you ever decide to get rid of that table, which that table is 30 years old, 29, 30 years old. But if you ever decide to get rid of it, we've got to cut that out and frame it and give it to her, I think. Or sell it on eBay. Who knows what we could get for that. Yeah, they had already stopped doing that. They were 12 and 13 by the time we moved to Joplin. Sheesh, we've lived here 20 years. And at that point, they were little pigs and they would eat anything. You had to watch them or they would eat the paneling off the wall. So it was no longer an issue. It was just kind of like, seriously, girls? And it was out of sight. So you were like, but you could see the difference between Candace's. Oh, wait. No, that's the wrong picture. Although I think we need to see this again. Yep, we do. So here's Candace's. Okay? You can see where she has smeared around a little bit. And then you go over to Amber's, the train wreck. I mean, she put whole buffets on the underneath of the table. She did. It's not just a condiment smear or, oops, I got my hand dirty and there's no napkin, which, by the way, there were napkins, but then we would have realized what they were doing. I just felt so deceived in that moment. My little girls lying to me. Oh, my gosh. Not the dad, but you've been constant variable in my life for decades. And shut up, Megan. That is insulting and racist conversation, and it will not be tolerated on this show. Yeah, we have got to save that. That right there, to me, is a pivotal point in our history. It's when I realized that my girls were the liars the con artists that they are. Cut it out, frame it. Make a shadow box. And Candace is quite crafty in a number of ways. Not only does she make crafts, but she's crafty like a fox in that she smears food under the table. But she could come up with something. She makes all sorts. She did a video the other day of her making her own noodles for her own chicken noodle soup. And I'm like, who is this? Who is this person? I don't know her. She's not a product of my loins. There's product of my loins. There's Candace. Own that. Get on that pony and ride, okay? That's your moniker. I'm a product of my father's loins. Tell someone that today and see what happens. Now, I consider Candace, she's my superhuman. You can't say that her dad's not a little proud of her, but she is an imports processor for customs. She is a firefighter. She once rebuilt the transmission on her truck in a parking lot in the middle of winter by herself. Yeah. Who is that? KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Here's Old Dominion on KIX 102.5. I just look over and I see her comment, gross. I can't look at the comments when I'm on the air. Gross. Ew. Ew. I am a product. That happened one time. Now, that sounds like something Lauren would have said, the youngest. She was the freak. There was something going on in that little girl's brain. Still is to this day. Still is to this day. There is no accounting for what she might or might not say or will or won't do. Yeah. Kung Fu fighter. That's right, Woody. She's a Kung Fu fighter. Screamed. She could scream louder than anyone while she was sparring. I never understood that, but she just screamed constantly when she was fighting. Rebuilt is stretching. Rebuilt. Okay, she says that's stretching it, saying I rebuilt it. Yeah. You did a lot more than I would have done. I would have been like, well, it's shot. There's no driving that truck. Anyway, her little sister, Lauren, she's a freak. One day, we had just moved to the Joplin area, and we had started going to church at a church in Carthage, Missouri. And we hadn't been going there long, and they had me start performing with the band. They found out that I was a musician. They asked me if I would play. So we had to get there early in the morning to go set up and everything. Well, what we do, Lauren was like, I don't know, 6, 7 years old, little girl, little bitty thing. And so we'd take her over to the nursery area where she could play with the toys in there by herself until people got there, until we got done with the rehearsal. So rather than having to sit and watch Dad play guitar, she could go play with toys. So we put her in there, and she's in there playing away, concentrating on whatever she's doing. And the pastor's wife is looking for someone. She's wandering through the church trying to find someone, and she stops in and opens that door, and she sees Lauren, my daughter, sitting in there on the floor playing with her toys. And she goes, well, where did you come from? Lauren, without even looking up, said, my mother's womb. And the pastor's wife didn't know what to say to that or how to even process it, so she slowly closed the door. And then later came and told me about that. And I was like, that's exactly what she would. Yeah, that's Lauren. I was like, yeah. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8:49. Hey, just a reminder. I don't know if you've heard yet, but I hope you've enjoyed this focused solo time with just me and you here together, because that's all coming to an end next week. Jen's coming back on Wednesday. And so enjoy it while you can. Me sweating over the hot microphone solo, because she's going to be in here diluting things starting this next Wednesday. And I got to admit, it will be kind of nice to have her back. But today we're talking about your biggest turnoff in someone. 623-1025. What is your biggest turnoff? The thing about someone else that you're like, nope, not for me.
When you're talking to somebody and they instantly start name dropping.
Oh, yeah, I know Randy Brooks. I talk to him every morning.
Oh, my God. You talk to Randy, too? He's, so awesome.
That's like pretty lame name drop right there. Joplin famous. What is your biggest turnoff?
Man hair. Like the hair when it comes out from under the shirt and all, that's disgusting.
When they're wearing a wool sweater under their wool sweater, you're talking like when it's peeking out from under their shirt, right?
Yes.
Isn't that weird how some women like that, but another one will totally hate it?
Oh, that's gross.
I agree. If you're wearing a wool sweater, there's no reason to put on another one.
Exactly.
So it's kind of an ironic story. There was a guy I played music with. I used to play around on travel, be on the road a little bit. And there was a guy I played. He was my rhythm guitarist. And the first time we had to stay in a hotel together, I remember, taking my nightly shower and coming out and everything, getting ready to get in the bed, and the lights were down low, and he's over there, and I'm like, Aren't you going to get undressed for bed? And he turns on the light, and he's that hairy. I thought he was wearing a sweater. What is your biggest turnoff in someone?
When somebody's digging for gold up their nose and wiping out furniture or flicking it somewhere.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That is disgusting.
At least they don't rub it under like the table or something. What is your biggest turnoff?
Guys who chew tobacco and spit.
Thing. Would you rather guys who chew tobacco and swallow?
Not even.
What is your biggest turnoff?
Okay, so I can handle a bald guy. A bald guy could be sexy. Even a partially bald guy if he owns it. But the partially bald guy with the long ponytail,
Yeah.
I want to snip him off while I'm walking through Walmart.
You know, I used to have very, very long hair. When I realized that it was beginning to recede, drastically, I was like, nope, we're not doing that, and cut it all off.
Well, when it recedes past the crown of your head,
it's time to cut your hair.
The rest of it off.
Get it off there. What is your biggest turnoff? You can text or tell us 623-1025 or tell us on Facebook. The Morning Kicks Takeover Friday edition brought to you by Fast Monkey Auto, getting ready to start in just 4 minutes on the 4 states #1 for country, KIX 102.5. You do not leave the table until we are finished. You just sit right there. I get to go back and comment on these comments that you have commented on with your comments. Because I'm reading this over here. Greg's like, yeah, she's a superhero. Super strength for beating me, super mean, super violent, and I'm going to super pay for this after work. And Candace is like, I'm a delight. Yeah, she's a treasure and needs to be buried in the backyard. Is she telling us to stay right here? Who is she, Kathy? All right, so Monday, I get to go over Monday everything. Have a great weekend, but Monday we're going to be talking about the weirdest thing you've ever found in your pocket. For Candace, it would be leftover food, I'm sure. And we'll be celebrating the fact that Super Bowl's over. I don't know. Are you one of those people that takes Monday off after the Super Bowl? There's a lot of people who do that. We will talk about that on Monday. Also, Secret Sound, $1,177.50 bling bling blam whoop. And on Tuesday, if no one's won it, we'll be over $1,200. So, Jimmy Jang Jang. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye. Hey, I want to leave you. Wait. Let's just leave you with this. There you go.